Hello and welcome to Mice Arts and Crafts. I'm Libby and today I'll be showing you how I used the January 2022 Make Yourself at Home card kit from Joann's to make some fun cards. So to begin, I'm going to show you what comes in the Make Yourself at Home January 2022 Hero Arts card kit. It comes with this instruction sheet that shows you how to make this card. It shows you all the supplies you'll need along with directions, extra tips, and some skill level and the crafting time so that you can make this beautiful card in the front. It also comes with this Floral Love stamp set with some nice, beautiful, big floral images along with some nice scripty sentiments to go along. It comes with this Floral Love frame cuts so that you can die cut all those beautiful images out. It also comes with the heart confetti die, which is a beautiful cover plate that will work for many occasions. It comes with this 1 fluid ounce of pink metallic mist. And I did spray it off camera so that you could see how beautiful it turns out to be. It has a ton of sparkle and is super gorgeous. It just doesn't capture quite all of that sparkle on the camera. It also comes with this silver sparkle embossing powder, which is also as well very gorgeous. Again, it doesn't capture all of that sparkle in that embossing powder. It comes with this soft granite ink, which is a beautiful soft gray, and I really do love that color. It comes with this Rose Madder ink that is also a very nice, big, bold pink, which is perfect. It comes with this nice light peony cardstock, which is a beautiful color. Comes with also 3 sheets of cherry cardstock, 3 sheets of this beautiful shimmery cardstock. I do not know the name of it. I do believe the card kit sold out, so I'm not sure, but yes. And it pairs very nicely with this nice shimmer mist. And again, it just does not capture all of that beauty and shimmer. It also comes with this pebble cardstock. Comes with 3 sheets of all of these cardstocks. This is a very nice light gray that pairs nicely with that soft granite ink. And that is all that comes in the card kit. So to begin with the cards, I wanted to use this set in a different way. I wanted to make it a little bit more springy since it is after Valentine's Day, and it had some nice floral images, so I thought it would work well for this. And so I brought in some kiwi cardstock from Hero Arts, and I'm going to stamp this heart stamp all over the background. This didn't work in the end. I had a lot of trouble getting started, but I think the cards did turn out well in the end, and I will try to link all the products I used below in the description box. I think the kit is sold out, but I will try to link all of the products separately in the description box as well. So I heat set this, but the problem was that most of the stamps I pressed too hard, and so you couldn't even see what they were. They were too detailed. And so I just cut it in half, and I decided I'd use half of it, but and so I brought in a white card base, and I decided to use that shimmer mist and some white paint to splatter it, but it leaked through, so I gave up on that as well. And I decided to bring in some patterned paper. This is just a floral pattern paper. Any pattern paper will look nice with this, I'm sure. I will try to link the pattern paper below that I used. And so I tried a ton of different arrangements of stamps on there. I even brought in the peony cardstock, but I just didn't like any of them. I finally settled for a similar one to what I ended in there. So on the scrap piece of cardstock that I had already heat embossed on, I stamped the flower or the heart image again, but this one I did much less pressure, and then I heated it with white embossing powder as normal, and I die cut it. I then decided that I wanted it to say thank you, so I tried the peony cardstock with it, but I wasn't sure it was going to work. I decided that I didn't like it. It just didn't go very well, so I just decided to go onto the card base, and I just cut the pattern paper down so that it had a little bit of a border. I then brought in, I think, so that it would match the U sentiment already in the kit. I then tried to stamp this on peony cardstock and then heat emboss it in white, but that didn't work either, so I just decided to stamp it in black, or stamp it on black cardstock with white embossing powder. I will then add the pattern paper on the bottom there. I will then pop up the heart image onto the kind of the right side, above, in the middle of the pattern paper and the card base, so that it's like that, and then I will pop up the thank you sentiment onto the flower, or onto the flower heart thing. So yeah, this is definitely a more springy card, and definitely is not super loved themed, so you can, so it is much more versatile than just love as well. So next I'm going to take some various colors of cardstock. I will be using the cherry and the peony from the kit, and then I brought in some just red cardstock that I will also try to link below, and some azalea cardstock from Hero Arts, I believe. And then I brought in a mini slimline card base, but I cut it so that it was 3.5. And then I cut all the strips to 3.5. I don't remember how tall they were, but I tried to split it into 4. It didn't work exactly, and so I had some more problems here, you'll see. But I think it turned out okay in the end. So then I brought in the 2 pinks, and I stamped the L and the O onto these. I suggest that you stamp with anti-static powder tool, because I will be using the sparkle, the silver sparkle embossing powder, and with sparkle embossing powders, they do tend to stick to more places that way, so I do suggest that you use some anti-static powder tool. But anyway, I will then bring in my 2 reds and stamp on those, the V and the E. This time I used the anti-static powder tool so that it didn't stick as much. So I will then just heat those up so that they are all set. And I will bring back in my card base, and I will put some double-sided adhesive onto the back of them. I suggest that you start from top to bottom so that if you do have excess, you can just trim it off the bottom, and that's where I got into trouble. I attached the L and the E first, and I should have started with the L and then went O-V-E, but I didn't, and so it was a little off, but it turned out to be okay. I then attached the O, and this is where I ran into trouble with the V. It kind of overlapped some of them because I didn't cut them right, and then it got stuck in my trimmer, and when I tried to pull it out, it ripped. So I just had to stamp a new one, and then I just attached that one. It was the same look and style. So then I will take that U sentiment again, and I will stamp it with some Versamark ink onto black cardstock, and then I will heat it up with the silver sparkle embossing powder as well. I will then fussy cut that out, and I will attach it with some liquid glue, which you'll see here, between the V and the E, so that the sentiment says love you. This one is love themed more, but you can send love cards all year round, so yeah, feel free to do that as well. I did have a little bit too much of adhesive, so I just tried to take an adhesive eraser. So next I'm going to be using some more pattern paper from that same stamp set, and I'm going to take 2 of these sentiments that say grow and blossoms from the stamp set. I felt like these ones were kind of spring words, so I stamped them all over the background with that soft granite ink, which I think looked really nice and was really subtle, but added a little bit more to the background. I do suggest that you sorry, my hair does get in the way a little bit throughout this video, but I suggest that you use a little bit of a more simpler pattern paper, because I felt like this got pretty busy, but yeah, I just used a flower one that has some butterflies that I thought would pair nicely with the butterfly stamp set that I already have. So I just placed those stamps into the MISTI, and then I just moved my paper as I needed to so that I could create a whole background with the words. I then cut the pattern paper to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and then I will stamp a thinking of you sentiment and the little trail with some black ink. And then I will stamp a butterfly image onto some white paper with some black ink as well. I brought out my Tombow to color it, and I used the Wilted Violet, the Twisted Citron, and the Kitsch Flamingo on this one, but I did not like it. I thought the Twisted Citron didn't go very well. I tried to match it with the color of stems in the pattern paper, but it just did not work for this. So I did have to go back and I had to stamp another one. And that time I used Wilted Violet and I mixed it with some tumbled glass. My hair just getting in the way a lot through this, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, I mixed it with some tumbled glass to make a periwinkle color that kind of matched the butterflies in the pattern paper. And then I also used some Kitsch Flamingo on that as well to add a little bit more. And then I will fussy cut this butterfly out because I do not have the coordinating dies, but I'm going to be using my Tombow blender, and I will just pick up some of the ink on there, and it is really nice to add some dimension, and it blends out the color really nicely. So yeah. So after I cut out the butterfly, I will then attach the pattern paper with some foam adhesive onto this pebble cardstock that came in the kit. It's really nice because they already come cut, so that all you have to do is fold them to create a card base if you'd like. So I just folded it in half to create the card base, and then I will attach this pattern paper right in the center. I'm then going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive onto the back of the butterfly, so that just in the middle of the butterfly, so that it looks like it's floating here, as you'll see, or it's like flying and in motion. I just attached that right above the little trail there to finish that off. I did decide to add a little bit of embellishment to all 3 of the cards. So I brought in these white iridescent sequins, and I'm going to be using my trick with the paintbrush, where you dip the paintbrush in a little bit, or the end of the paintbrush in a little bit of glue stick to create a easy jewel picker. So I'm going to add these jewels, or these little sequins in odd numbers because it's most appealing to the eye, as well as in a triangular shape sort of thing. I did this off camera, but on the love card, I did end up splattering some of the shimmer mist, the pink shimmer mist, and I thought it looked really cool. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and come back next Tuesday for a new video. If you are interested in any of the supplies I used today, check the description box below. Have a great day. See you soon.